I heard some good news recently that church attendance is way up. Now the bad news is that I've been on vacation for the last 3 weeks. No, I'm just kidding. I just read that on the internet. I haven't been on vacation, and I don't know if church attendance is really up. But good news and bad news often get wrapped up together, don't they? Like right now, you know, it's the fall, and that means it's getting colder, and it means that the rain is coming more often. And if you're like me, that this is bad news. But then there's this good news, right? That we see these colors in this season right now. Like even just behind me, this tree. If you've been walking around, you see the yellows and the reds and the oranges, and there's this beauty in this season, even when there's a little bit of bad news in it too. This past Sunday at the bridge, we talked about the message to Thyatira, and there's bad news in this church that Jesus talks about. He says that there's this woman who has a massive influence in this church, and influence negatively, because she's persuading people to be unfaithful to Jesus, going to the idol feasts in the temples, and pursuing idolatry and sexual immorality, the same kinds of things we talked about in Pergamum. And that they're tolerating this, they're allowing this to happen, and Jesus announces there's going to be judgment because of it. But then in the midst of all of this, there's all of this good news as well. And we talked about those things. We talked about how judgment displays the love of Jesus for his church, his concern that his church be pure and holy, that he talks about delaying judgment, that he encourages and affirms them, that he instructs them, that he gives them this promise. And simply the good news in that passage being who Jesus is. He's the Son of God who has authority over the nations. He is the bright morning star who is the assurance that the darkness is only temporary, and that a time is coming for those who are faithful when there will be daytime and when they will bask in the light of his sunshine. So my one question for you this week as you talk about this text is what part of the good news in the letter to Thyatira especially connects with you right now?